wanted to do an update on the grafting, and I'm not sure what's causing this with this calorie pear, but the bark is splitting off a little bit. And I know I used to have maple trees out here, and we had the borers absolutely destroy them, so that might be borers. A couple weeks ago I treated with imidacloprid. It's Pear 12-month stuff, and I saturated pretty good because, one, I don't want to eat any fruit. There's no fruit on this tree anyway, but I want to make sure that if there are any borers in there, that the tree remains healthy and recovers if at all possible, because I put a lot of time and effort into grafting this 4 pear and an apple tree. So anyway, after the bark, a little bit of negative, let's go into the positive. I've got 1 apple calorie pear, 2 apple graft right there that is taken. It is nice and solid. I've got 1, where's my finger? Yeah, 1 long, 1 growing up there. I'm going to cap it or tip it and cause some branching on the lower branches. It looks like the Camas pear is actually taken, which is good news. That's my favorite pear, in my thoughts anyway. I haven't tasted some of the others, but this graft right here, you can see it's starting to heal. It's almost completely healed over, taken in, and that's good. Can't wait till that's done. And all that on that branch is the same. So let's see what else. This is a graft that on that same branch I was just showing you, that's healed over nicely. It looks real good. And then we have the big one here that still looks a little unstable, so I'm going to keep it tied to the bar until I feel, or tied to the EMT until I feel that it's absolutely rock solid, because that's the heavy and biggest part of the tree. Look at the size of that. That was done 2 years ago, guys, just 2 years ago. Actually, it'd be a year and a half. Year and 6 or 8 months, something like that. Anyway, from that 1 graft this year, I grafted on one of the missing pears onto these 2, and they took great, and they're growing. So everything's going good. This graft looks really good. It's starting to seal around from the tree itself, starting to look the same where you can't see the graft. And that is what the tree looks like. I've got probably, my guess would be 10 feet or so of new material that's grown the past 2 years. Let me take you over to the big tree, and you can see we have some weighted down branches. I couldn't resist. I had to try to see if these things would grow some pears. So let me take you in. These are several different pears. I've got all 4 growing on this one too, and they are Camas, Purdue, Hood, and Moonglow. And all of those are growing. Oh, this one's turning soft. This one's time to harvest, and that's what we did. Or there was some damage to it. Anyway, doesn't really matter. I wasn't going to eat them this year anyway, because I put the imidacloprid down this year, and I don't want to eat any of these this year because I wanted to make sure the vine borers didn't get a hold of this tree as well. But one of the big things about this tree that I wanted to share was, if you look here, this is a Moonglow, and I've got 2 grafts. One here, the graft is smaller than my thumb, and one here, a little bigger on the new graft than the older wood, or the calorie pear wood. Both are doing good, but they are severely weighted down with these pears. And I wanted to show you this pear. Oh, that pear is already off evidently. But I wanted to show you these other pears. Take a look at this pear here compared to my hand. That's a good sized pear, isn't it? Let me come up here and look at this one. Oh my goodness, look at the size of that pear. That is humongous. I've never had a store-bought pear that big. Let me take you to the biggest surprise of all. this bad boy here. Oh my gosh, that thing is humongous. That is humongous. That's a pear enough for 2 people to eat. Anyway, I'm very pleased. It probably was not wise to put that much weight on this new graft that was done about 1.5 years ago. But I couldn't help it, I did it anyway. They may end up being weighed down a good bit there, and I may end up having to tip them or something else to encourage them to grow back upwards. But there's no more fruit on any more of this tree, but several of the grafts are still alive. They're hard to see with the foliage, but they are here, and they're doing well. I can't wait. Well, here's another pear. Didn't realize there was a pear on it. Here's another one. Which one's this one? Let's see here. Oh, that's another moon glow. But you saw the tape measure here. I was going to measure. Well, let's go ahead and do that. Let's measure this biggin. That one is about 5 inches from the top by about 3.5 wide. A little more actually. It's kind of hard to see in the camera like my eye sees it. Yeah, that's 3.5. That's a pretty big pear, y'all. Anyway, just a quick update on the grafting. 4 different type of pears, and the other tree an apple too, onto calorie pears like your Bradford pears, your flowering Bradford pears, and your flowering Cleveland pears. This just happens to be Cleveland pears. This is the tree. I painted it. I've noticed on this side over here that it was trying to grow back around some, so if this, and I didn't notice any holes. I pulled the bark off. I didn't notice any holes because I had to find out if borers are going to girdle it and kill it, because it's really bugging the dickens out of me. I don't want to lose this tree. So I pulled the bark back and I investigated, and I don't know what was causing the bark slough. Could be freezing, could be anything, but I figured it's best to coat it with the latex paint that I made a few years ago, and give it a chance to survive and grow back around. I think it'll be okay as long as it has, you know, half or better cadmium layer growing on this side. And this is what I used. I made this up 2 or 3 years ago. I'm not quite sure. It's just a latex paint with permethrin.